Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, mahalo to Longs Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Longs Drugs for all your shopping needs. A 19-year-old man has been charged in connection with the shooting at Ala Wai neighborhood park that left one person in serious condition. An Oahu grand jury indicted Tyler Legatasia on Wednesday with assault and firearm-related charges. The victim, a juvenile male, was at the park when he and his friends were involved in an argument with a group of individuals. The group left the scene, but Legatasia and another man returned. That's when Legatasia allegedly pulled a gun and fired 2 to 3 shots before fleeing. The victim was struck in the right leg and was taken to a hospital in serious condition with non-life-threatening injuries. Legatasia turned himself in to police days after the shooting. He is being held at the Oahu Community Correctional Center on $500,000 bail. The House has passed a bill that provides some $280 billion in funding to boost the U.S. semiconductor industry. The CHIPS and Science Act is designed to bolster America's position in the high-tech field amid competition from international rivals like China. It includes $52 billion in grants and other incentives for U.S. companies that produce semiconductors, as well as tax credits for the chip manufacturing industry. It also calls for increased spending on research programs that would total about $200 billion over 10 years. The bipartisan legislation passed the Senate yesterday and sailed through the House with a comfortable 243 to 187 margin. GOP leadership in the House recommended a vote against the bill. Republicans in support of the package cited national security, saying America has become too reliant on semiconductors made in Taiwan. The CHIPS and Science Act now heads to President Biden for signing. U.S. officials say the country's monkeypox outbreak can still be stopped despite rising case numbers and a currently limited vaccine supply. Critics say the government's response has been too slow. Some express concern that the U.S. missed the window to contain a virus that has been declared a global emergency. According to the CDC, there were more than 4,600 reported monkeypox cases in the U.S. as of Wednesday, and federal officials expect those numbers to rise. To counter the threat, nearly 340,000 doses of the Jynneos vaccine have been distributed to state and local health departments. Officials have also announced distribution plans for an additional 780,000 doses that were recently certified by the FDA. The doses will be sent to states, cities, and other regions based on case numbers and the number of locals who are considered at high risk for the disease. More than 99% of reported cases are in men, and the majority of those are men who reported sexual contact with other men. 11 monkeypox cases have been reported in Hawaii. The state has received 1,400 doses of the vaccine so far, and the health department started accepting vaccination appointments on Wednesday. A man accused of raping and impregnating a 9-year-old Ohio girl who was forced to travel to Indiana for an abortion was ordered to be held without bond today. The judge who handed down the ruling cited overwhelming evidence and the fact that the suspect is apparently living in the U.S. illegally. 27-year-old Gerson Fuentes faces 2 counts of raping the girl, who turned 10 before having the abortion. The girl identified Fuentes as the man who attacked her, and DNA testing of the aborted fetus confirmed him as the father. Detective Jeffrey Hunn said Fuentes confessed to raping the girl on 2 separate occasions. Fuentes, who is from Guatemala, has pleaded not guilty. He faces the possibility of life in prison without the possibility of parole. The case has become a flashpoint in the national discussion about abortion rights. Indianapolis physician Dr. Caitlin Bernard said the girl had to travel to Indiana for the procedure. Ohio was among the states to ban abortions at the first detectable fetal heartbeat, following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. A Sesame Street-themed amusement park is being sued for $25 million over claims of racial discrimination. The lawsuit against Sesame Place owners SeaWorld Parks was leveled by the family of Quentin Burns, who claims costume characters ignored him, his 5-year-old daughter, and other Black guests during a meet-and-greet event last month. The suit alleges that performers engage with white customers. A video showing what appears to be similar behavior at Sesame Place went viral earlier this month. In it, two black girls are apparently snubbed by a costume employee during a parade at the park. After the video went viral, Sesame Place issued an apology and promised to give its workers more training. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.